Oh. See, it's still loading up. Alright. Shalom Akim. I'd like to say Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. Right? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Rubel. Peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that push this truth, to the four corners of the earth, trying to fulfill this prophecy to end this wicked kingdom, in sincerity and in truth. I said I'll go through a few precepts, all entitled it, as the video say, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Right? Because we know that these is one of the obstacles in this truth. We'll go through some examples, right? First I'm gonna bring second is just Second is just 15. I'll start from 1. Right? Second is just 15 verse 1. It said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, right? Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. I was watching a video with a brother just the other day. He's talking about when you're going and preach, though, it's not something to rehearse, right? I'm going and go through these precepts today. The Lord will actually put His Spirit on you to know what to talk about. The scriptures talk about this, the Spirit like a wind that is carrier. You understand? And that's in John 3, I think is 8 or 9. You understand? It's something that the Spirit will instruct you on what to teach. Because if you might go out on the streets, or you might have something planned and you end up teaching something completely different, right? The Spirit does do that too. Right? They say, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that is what it is you're reading from this book. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, because we know the people who we going out to actually prophesy these things towards, the imaginations towards us are evil, because we contrary to their ways. Right? It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because people will speak against you. And why? The word incredulity, which goes back to what? Unbelief. Because they don't believe in the gospel. They don't believe in the things that are to come. Even though they might profess themselves to be godly people, they don't believe in the things that the Lord actually says is going to bring upon this place. They don't believe in the scriptures itself about how the Lord says is supposed to do, or even who they really are. You understand? They lack a belief. But you're not supposed to let that bother you. You're supposed to keep doing what you're supposed to do. Because that's an obstacle to some men. Just want to study too much what others think or how to perceive them, and that is interfere with the work. Right? Alright, over. So let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithfulness. So the scriptures tell that they have their reward to receive. You understand? For not believing. But you ought to be different to them. Mechanics precept. I'll go in Matthew 10. Alright, Matthew 10, I'll start from 32, right? Matthew 10 verse 32, it say, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father, which is in heaven. You understand? And sometimes men doesn't want to confess the Lord. Why? Because they're studying what other people will think about them. They're studying the woman wouldn't like them anymore. the family will, have problems with them. All these different things as obstacles that the Lord has put you through just to see where you fall. Right? It say, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. So even things like that, you gotta be very mindful towards. Not to say because the scripture said that you'll go and work and tell everybody as a Hebrew Israelite. No. You understand? If your boss, was to catch a hint and he asks you, well, you believe the Messiah was black? I tell you yes. According to the scriptures, it say he was dark. If I'm not worthy to work there anymore, well, word. You understand? It's not something you will just go all over. You gotta use discretion and wisdom. But at the same time, the Lord does throw little tests for you, and you just have to be careful how you deal with it. You understand? To see if you will deny him, or if you would side with the heathens. Right? Verse 33 say, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. It said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am not come to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right? So the Lord not dealing with this unity thing and the whole family going to church, and no. Scriptures don't talk about that. They talk about being separate from them. Why? Because they are not of the same mind as you. They don't believe in the same thing that you believe. Right? That goes back to what? The incredulity, the unbelief of them. Are you not supposed to let that trouble you? When the Lord actually separating you from other people. Like the scriptures talk about separating the sheep from the goat. That sifting will come. He'll be separating you. And you can't want to let their unbelief interfere with your belief. Right? They say, and a man's foe shall be they of his own household. And every man in the truth after that time does realize that your family has started to turn against you. They might still talk to you. They might still deal with you on certain levels, but they will know that you are different from them. And they will always treat you as such. You'll always see it in some way. Even though they might try to cloak it, at sometimes it will come out. Because you're different from them. Right? They say, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And I'll go back to what? To men who believe in the truth, or say they believe in the truth. And because the family starting to turn against them, because the family don't believe, they'll want to leave the truth and side with the family. Or they want to leave the truth and side with the wife or the children or whoever. You understand? And really and truly, according to the scripture, use a spectacle unto them. If they don't believe, well, that is their lot. But you can't want to not have belief just because they don't have belief. Right? They say, and he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. And taking up that cross goes back to what? All these afflictions that you had to go through. And even that itself is an affliction. Having your family be turned against you is a very afflicting thing. Especially if they have some kind of authority or rule over you. Whether like they could be able to do certain things for you and they're manipulating you because of what you believe in. I'd have brothers I'm sure might go through things like that. Because they might be with family, and the family might have, most of the financial privileges, and because they don't believe, your family might want to afflict you in different ways. All of that trials you just had to go through in this truth. And these are trials that the Lord will put you through what? To see what it is going through, what it is already going through your head, what it is already down for. But they will have to pay for that. I want to express up here. So there's John 12. I'll start from there's John 12. I'll start from 39. Right? To say, therefore they could not believe. right? So, I will continue. Because that Isaiah said again, he had blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. And that is the 2/3 of Israel. They ordained to not be healed. They ordained to not have faith or to not believe in these things. So you can wonder what somebody who not ordained to believe and let that affect your belief. Right? If it's a man who really possesses wisdom. If they don't believe, well, okay, that is their lot. If they want to separate themselves from your company, as the scriptures talk about, well, all right. But you have a choice. Is either you serve man or you serve the Lord. Right? Verse 41 is say, these things said Isaiah when he saw his glory and spake of him. It said, nevertheless, among the chief rulers also, many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogues. So they didn't want to, in a sense, to deny him. They didn't want to actually profess him. Why? Because of what other people would think of them. Like you'll see brothers sometimes, some brothers, they might say they believe, but they'll have a problem to go out in the streets and preach. Why? Because they don't want anybody to see them and actually perceive them as any bad way or to shun them. The scriptures say, what? That is a blessed thing. And that is laying their unbelief affect you. Because they believe, that don't mean that you shouldn't do what the Lord tell you to do. That is, I'll get you one in John. That one in John, I think it's John 15. John 15, John 15, I'll start from 18, right? To say, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Why it hate us? Because we do his will. The scripture also saying, I think it's in Luke, it say, I think it's Luke or Mark, I don't remember. It say the world don't hate you, but me it hated. You understand? Because we do his work. That is why the world hate us. Because just like the scripture say, if we were just like them, they would have loved us. Right? If the world hates you, John 15 verse 18, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world, if you were just like them, pork mouths, parties, doing all these abominable things that the Lord hates, right? If ye were of the world would love it his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. You understand? Scripture says the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they persecuted me, they shall also persecute you. Right? Verse 20 say, remember the word that I have said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Verse 21 it says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake. So this is something you have to go through, right? For his name's sake. Because they know not him that sent me. And they will do that because really why? They don't really know the Lord. They don't know the Lord. They might think they know the Lord, but they don't. So these are things that we all have to go through. Because it's ordained for us to go through. Right, I'll read over John 12, I'll start from 40. I'll start back from 42, right? John 12:42. It says, nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. For they love the praise of men more than the praise of Yahweh. So you see how much example the scriptures give you. Do you understand? Already and truly, as the scriptures say, they were made to not believe. And you can't want to let their faith affect your faith. Right? Because you know what you were called to do. All this is what the scriptures just class as what the trials of your faith. Because you're being tested. The same way it being manifest that they are not believers of the Lord is the same way you will be tried to see what it is you're ready for. Right? Let's say there's James 1, I'll start from 2, right? It say, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. And that itself is a type of temptation. You understand? To be shunned by others is not something simple. Okay, you know, this world is all promote, multiple people actually loving you. I will see all these celebrities and them and all these so-called icons, these people who does do YouTube videos, popular people. One of the biggest things that's promoting this society is what? Is for people to like you, not for people to shun you or to dislike you. And I will see majority of people that stumble to that. They're not used or the mind not hard enough to deal with people disliking them, especially for what they believe, even though they believe that it's right, or they claim to believe that it's right. Right? You say verse 3, you say, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. And that is where you had to have patience. Even though you might see people coming against you. Even though you might have to go through hard things. You can't want to let their lack of faith interfere with your faith. Because if you already have wisdom, you understand why these things happening. And you also have wisdom to know that all the unfaithful will die in their unfaithfulness. So if they want to lack faith, they have their reward to receive. But once you keep your faith, you have your reward to receive. Right? Verse 4, it says, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Right? Say verse 5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh. And that is really and truly what we're supposed to be doing. Because some brothers might be weak in certain aspects. They might be weak in faith. They might be weak in knowledge. They might be weak in diligence. These things just have to pray and ask the Lord to help you with. You understand? To build you up. Because you know these are things you need to get by in this truth. You understand? So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at times. Scriptures tell you to show due diligence. All these different things the scriptures say you how to have. If you don't have it, it's something to ask the Lord for and to work on. Right? It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Right? It says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. And that is where your faith is how to be strong. Because even if you're saying your prayers towards the Lord, you're supposed to ask in faith. You're supposed to believe. If you know your faith not that strong, you're supposed to work on that. Because the Lord does deal with the faithful. Right? So if other people's faith affecting your faith, you wouldn't last very long. They say, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So you can't have people or anything in this world have you wavering, have you lacking belief, or have you not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man of the Lord. You understand? Verse 7 is say, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Right? So that's a few scriptures I said I'll go through. Talking about the incredulities of other people. Like I say, for some brothers for some brothers it'll be easier than others. For some it'll be harder than others. You know, depending on how you grow up, whatever the mental problems you might have, because all are we sick out here. But there's something that you always had to keep in mind. These people were not made to believe. You understand? The scripture said the eyes are blinded. And you can't want to let the things that they believe affect what it is you believe or what you know you're supposed to be doing. You understand? Because they have their reward to receive for their unbelief, and you have your reward to receive as long as you believe and keep these things unto the end. Alright? Sit out we're in Revelation. That is in Revelation 2. Revelations 2 verse Revelations 2 verse stuff in 25, it said, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. You understand? That faith that you have, that belief, and all the things that you're supposed to be doing, upholding this truth, hold fast to it. It say, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations. And I really wait as you're working towards a crown. You know, that I talk about in 2nd is just 2, I believe, coming down to the end. You understand? One with a stature was higher than the others, and he put crowns on their heads. That wait as you're working for in this truth. And you can't wanna, just because other people don't have the vision to see that far away, that mean you should be like them, or even wanna study them. Come like somebody you know can't count, and you could count, and they're laughing at you because you could count. That don't make sense. You understand? When a group of people laughing at us, a group of stupid people laughing at a smart person, you're just supposed to be offended by that, because you had the knowledge to understand that they off. Anyway, with that, Kal Halayim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Vilwell. Peace and salutation to the Akimoni world that push the truth to the four corners of the earth. Right, there's Yaraba from the GMS Trinidad East Camp saying Shalom, Akim, stay strong.